Hello everyone, this is Akash, and in this video I will be showing you how to write SQL queries based upon the data log definition. So in the last video you have seen that how I have written the data log rules, rule 1 and rule 2, and I have also show you one example. So in this video I will be showing you how to write the SQL queries by only using these two rules. If you remember, I have already told you that in rule 1, whatever the tuples present in assembly relation, they will be also present in component relation, because whatever present in body, that should go to head. So initially when we start with the component relation, that relation will be empty, there will be no tuples, and eventually when we call the recursive rules, that time it will be getting populated for each and every call. And when it will stop when no new tuples will be generated. That time it will be break from the recursive call. If you see the SQL queries, that is very easy. If you understand this properly, this rule 1 and rule 2, anybody can write this SQL query. This SQL query consists of two SQL, and there is one union, because we have two rules and we need to union these two rules. Okay, so in the first query, what we have written, select a1.part, a1.subpart from assembly. This is the a1, alias name is a1. So whatever is present in the assembly relation, we are picking everything. There is no filter condition, nothing is there. We are picking each and every tuples from assembly relation. And then there is another select query, and this will also produce some tuples, and we will just going to union both of them, query 1 and query 2. So how we have written the second query? In the second query we need to join assembly and component, these two relation. And how we will join? We will join that using assembly dot subpart and component dot part. You can see, select a2 dot part. From assembly we are taking the part, and from component we are taking the subpart. Assembly is a2, component is c1, and this is the join condition, a2 dot subpart equals to c1 dot part. This is very easy query, anybody can write that query. And when we have the result set, we will just write a simple SQL select star from components, because component will be our final result, because all the result set that it will produce, it will store them into the component data set. And you can write c2 or c3, anything, alias name. And now if your component set will be ready, and if I tell you, now tell me what are the subparts we need to create trike, then you just give a filter condition here, select star from component c2 where part equals to trike. Then it will only show you on the records where part will be trike and their subparts also. So eventually all the subparts, wheel, frame and spoke, tire, rim, tube, everything it will be visible in the query, select star from components c2 where part equals to trike. Just note down two things here. First thing is, our query has a with clause, and the second thing is, our query has a recursive clause. With clause means this component table, it is not a physical table, it will be stored as a logical component, and it will be stored as a view. So when you need something, you just need to run this query, because every time you need to run this. because this components table, it will not be stored anywhere. Okay, and if you want to store them, then no problem, you get the component relation here, and from this relation you just write another thing, insert into any table name, and you will only just move all the rows from components to your table name. And another thing is there, recursive is very important here, because this query will be running recursively until unless it will produce new rows. Okay, so when it will stop producing new rows, that time this query will stop. So that is why we are using this recursive. Without recursive, if you do not use this recursive clause here, then this query will run only a single time, and you will only get the first level, and after second level, third level, it will not give you the answer if you do not write this recursive clause here. So guys, I hope you have understand how to write these SQL queries, and if you still have any doubt, please write this doubt in our comment section, and also watch our previous videos in the data log definition, because data log definition, if you do not have clear idea, then this will be little tough to understand. So thank you guys.